Hi.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Wonderful weather.
I know it is.
I'm feeling a little nervous, a little apprehensive. I'm not looking to argue with her, but I'll definitely stand up for myself if that's what it comes down to, if I need to do that.
Well, Chris, I wanted you to come see me tonight. There's a couple of concerns that I have. Before I can say, yay, congratulations, you got my blessing.
And that's all I want.
I just don't know you.
Right.
And I'm trying not to be judgmental.
I definitely feel the awkwardness. I'm kind of just ready to get it over with. I know you don't like that I ride a motorcycle. I know you don't like the tattoos.
I just don't like tattoos.
Do you think it reflects bad on her, though? Like, why
Yeah,
is
I
it?
do. It comes from my childhood. It comes from being in corporate America. It comes from...
You don't think that's shallow?
No.
No?
No.
Why?
Because if I walked up to somebody and they had a bone in their nose, I would go, why do you live in America with a bone in your nose?
What if that person is from a tribe in Africa, but you still think they should take that out just because
They probably would have to make it in this country, yes.
It is my body. If this is how I want to see my body, you don't get to make that decision.
My dad had a tattoo from the Navy, and I heard my whole childhood, I wish I never had it. Don't ever get tattoos. It's the worst thing you can do. And that's how I raised Blair. Tell me about your mom. Like, was your mom born in North Korea and then her parents?
So she was born in South, but my whole family
In South Korea.
is from North.
Was she raised as a communist? Were her parents communists?
It's kind of funny you bring up like the communism thing.
That's all we hear about.
That's all you hear about.
You know, where they talk about they raised their children from birth to be hate Americans.
Well, I'm not Manchurian candidate. I'm not like a sleeper agent. I haven't been activated, but I mean, it does kind of hurt a little because if there's one thing I take a lot of pride in, even though it's not the biggest part of who I am, it's being Korean. And my mother is a touchy subject. So my mom and my dad got divorced about a year ago. I'm really, really close to my dad. And so at that point, she said, you don't talk to me. And that's all she said. We didn't really talk since.
It seems like there's a lot of instability in Chris's background. Yeah, I'm just very apprehensive about the whole family.
Can I ask you a super left field question?
Sure, go ahead.
If Blair and I were to have a kid and it was like a mixed baby, would that bother you?
Yeah, it might bug me a little bit.
I think the whole meeting with Blair's mom didn't go very well. It's getting kind of late. I got to get back. We still have a lot of issues to resolve before we actually get a full approval.
Be safe on that motorcycle.
I will.
Bye. Now that I've spent more time with him, I think Chris is not good enough for my daughter.
How's it going?
Chris and my mom met separately.
Tell me what happened, Chris.
The ethnicity thing was still like a concern for her, I could tell. And I asked her, I was like, well, what if we had a child? It would be mixed race. Would that bother you? She said, yeah.
She believes that because Chris is North Korean and there's a lot of negative connotations with that, that I will somehow have a harder life.
Even though she's in a mixed race relationship with Safi.
There are many obstacles to their relationship, but the biggest hurdle is Blair's mother. Kelly is a complex person. She is sharing her bias against Chris's mixed heritage. However, she also is in a loving relationship with a man who is an Afghan American. It's a very interesting dynamic and makes it challenging for Blair to navigate.
I don't know how Blair's mom can sit there and say those things when she's currently married to someone who's a different race.
How will you feel if you don't get your mom's approval?
She has more to lose than I have to lose because I'm her only child. So she really wants to cut me out of her life because of the person I'm in love with. I'm not even leaving that as an option.